Welcome to Rock and Reddit. Let's get started. Students of Reddit, what is your best school life hack? This is an unethical and specific one, but it worked wonders. One of the vending machines at school accepted UGR cards as dollar bills. This is my favorite answer in this whole thread. It's made even better by the mere fact that someone had to think something like, I wonder if pot of greed could get me a soda. With this card I draw 2 sodas and put them in my hand. Find time to get some exercise in. All of that grab and go / fast food catches up to you fast. I got fat as fuck in college and have since lost all that weight. I wish I made time to at least squeeze in a 30 minutes workout every other day. To add to this, a workout doesn't need to be led by a pro trainer, an hour long, at the gym. Once you get a membership or find a workout partner, etc. It can be enough just to walk around campus / the city town for 30 minutes. Bonus points if you bring a podcast or audiobook with you. For math / physics majors, learn how to use LaTeX early. It will save you a ton of time in the long run, and you'll need to know it for grad school anyway. I personally recommend LaTeX for problem sets, since it helps to see what you're writing live. Also, learning how to use Mathematica really well saved me countless times when I wasn't smart enough to do the math by hand. If you have lazy teachers, Google a direct quote from a worksheet or assignment and you can sometimes find teaching resources and answers online. You can Google by file type, using the syntax. Fill type, PDF name of the textbook I need, will often give you downloadable versions and save you hundreds of dollars. Plus being able to Ctrl+F a textbook is a lifesaver. This of course can be applied to any other file extension. My classmate took up a strict 9 to 5 school schedule, right from the first semester. Every day, he'd work 9 to 5. He was either in class, working on homework, or studying if he got everything done. At 5 PM, he'd pack up his stuff, and was done for the day. He had all his homework done way ahead of schedule, and never had to pull all-nighters or waste weekends on homework. He was never stressed out or anything like that, because he'd spent time studying when he wasn't slammed with homework. I could never manage it, because I'd rather procrastinate and start 3 hours before it was due, but it seemed like the best way to do it. Edit, to answer the flood of questions. This was in computer programming. We did get projects estimated at like 60 hours a week later in the course, but by then he was so far ahead of everyone else that he could start working on them as soon as they were assigned, and knew the content so well that he still didn't have to work outside his core hours, while I was pulling multiple all-nighters in the lab trying to catch up. Yes, you might need more time, based on your program. The point is to get into a routine and use your time effectively. He didn't have a job, because school is affordable where I live, and we were in a co-op program where you work every other semester, and can save up some money, but he did take contract work to do in the evenings / weekends for some cash, and would have had every night and weekends to work, if he wanted to do so. If you need to participate in group discussion, but unsure about the material, ask intelligent questions instead of trying to answer what you don't get. It'll buy you time, and you'll still be participating. See the professor / tar during their office hours, if you need extra help understanding something. No one comes to office hours and they're usually really happy to help. For all my fellow commuters out there, meal prep. You will save so much money by making some rice and chicken at home instead of buying some food every day. I used to buy Subway twice a week as I was at school for a long time of those days. I just started to do meal prep, and I feel so much better about not spending that much money anymore. Browse the textbook before the lecture, or at least skim the introduction and the section headings. It's a lot easier to remember information if you walk into the classroom with a little bit of context. See, I've always done that, but had the most trouble with professors who just assign readings and then do their own thing. Make time to visit them during their office hours during the first month of the term. Sound them out on the things they consider key information to the course. If you don't know how to study, or have a hard time getting yourself to do homework, get a friend to buddy with. My ADHD ass can't study to save my life, but if my friend is in the room concentrating on that shit, I feel like I don't want to be left out, and I'll buckle down, so we are on the same page. If you can't manufacture executive function, peer pressure is fine too. Before exam, make a copy of all the material you have to know, but change it in the way you would explain it. It helps a lot to learn the subject. I found that explaining the concept out loud, even if it's to nobody, really helped me, or made me realize what I still didn't know. In programming, this is called rubber duck debugging. In the process of explaining the program lines in terms a rubber duck would understand, you will probably see where you screwed up. Your goal is to find the bathroom on campus that's used infrequently and find out when they clean it. When you find the perfect time and location, don't tell anyone until you graduate. Never the old buildings, because the toilets are from the 50s and brown with age. Never the newer building, because they are too heavily used as they are presumed to be the cleaner ones. If your campus is 1950, present day, use the building built in the 90s. The 90s was a good decade for poop rooms. Edit. My highest comment is about poop. Solid. Get enough sleep. Seriously. I know it's hard. I know there's not enough hours in the day. But if you're gonna cut anything, it shouldn't be sleep. Sleep more than you study. Study more than you party. And party as much as you can. So 9 hours sleep, 8 hours of study, then 7 hours of party. Every day. Gotcha. Don't spend your school time on Reddit, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm definition not doing that right now. Same. I'm only here because I'm on the can. Peanut butter can be a meal. Woof woof. Do not leave things to be done just before the deadline. Do it ahead of time, if possible, so you avoid unnecessary stress. Helps me survive. Also, learn how to manage your time well. I hate it when teachers/professors actively prevent you from working at least a week ahead. Locked assignments are the bane of my existence. It's fairly silly, but it was indispensable to me in college, especially for my English minor. Paste your syllabi in a very visible location in your home, and write down all of your major due dates on a whiteboard. There's a lot of shit that goes in college, so it's really easy to forget sometimes what you have to read, or what papers you have to do. Especially for non-math courses, your assignments will be due in spurts, and it's definitely not as easy to remember as a weekly problem set. So it's best to just have all your assignments easily visible. It pays dividends. You've got to play the meter game. If you're lazy and unorganized like me, you won't have time to properly study for everything and complete every assignment. That's when you look at the grade distribution and start with the items that are worth the most. This is so important. Keep track of your points. The only way you know if you can skip a homework assignment or bomb a quiz if you've been carefully watching your grades so far. All my college student friends out there, make sure to give yourself enough time to sleep every day. Get a little exercise when you can. It helps relieve stress and works to counter all the cup-o noodles you're likely chowing down on. Personal hygiene is huge. Shower every day, brush your teeth, wash your hands. It'll make you happier, and believe me when I say that people can absolutely tell when you don't do these things, regardless of how well you try to mask it with deodorant/gum. It may be tempting to relax first and wait to do projects/papers later before they are due, but if you do the opposite you will find that there is way less stress involved. Meal prep is a great way to make sure you are eating well while saving as much time as possible during the week. Talk to your instructors. Get to know them. Their advice can be invaluable in knowing what they expect in the classwork and homework, and after you graduate you will want to ask them for letters of recommendation for jobs. If you don't have a relationship with them, they are less likely to give you one. Likewise, talk with your classmates. Lifelong friends are made in college, sometimes in the most unlikely circumstances/classes. I was a history major and met one of my best friends in a seminar class about genocide. We went out for ice cream and watched cartoons after each class to cheer ourselves up. And now 9 years later we still meet up once a week for ice cream. Remember that no matter how stressed you get, how hopeless things may seem, when the world seems to be putting you under as much pressure as possible, there are always people out there who care and who want to help you. Most colleges have student counselors who you can talk with for free and get things off your chest. The college where I work also has a zen den where you can go to relax, sit quietly in a beanbag chair or hammock, and just get away from things for a minute. Chances are yours may have similar resources for students. And finally, always remember, you are loved. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You are irreplaceable. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment your life hacks for school down below. Have a fantastic day and don't let your memes be dreams.